Morning. It's June, new month, man, new month, maybe a new month, new things. This is Carlton Mayhem on behalf of Mayhem Social Media Coalition. Listen, I got blocked. My page and I were blocked because I was told I was using conversation and language that was not in correlation with Facebook, I guess. So, I just want to say First Amendment rights. I don't understand exactly how that works, but First Amendment rights, I want to invoke my First Amendment right, constitutional right to speech. So with that being said, the word, I want to talk about the word that was used. I believe they told me that I said I used the word nigger, and that the word nigger being used was inappropriate. First off, I want to say I see that shit on TV, on Facebook all the time. I see people saying it. I see videos posted about it all the time. Y'all not taking those down, but we're not going to even talk about that. I don't care about what y'all do. I'm going to tell you what my response to what y'all doing is this. So they banned me for using the word. So obviously the word nigger is a big old word in our society. And I want to know why. Because I was kind of born into the word. I don't really know where the word come from or what's the origins. Like, why is it so offensive? I don't know. I was just told that off top that this word, I should be offended by this word. So I've been offended my whole life by this word. So I went to look for this word since it's such a big word in my society. So there's no real origin for the word. Obviously, it's some type of slang. It was some type of it derived from something to something, and people that couldn't speak properly used it in a derogatory manner. They used their inability to properly orientate the word. You understand what I'm saying? They couldn't pronounce the word properly. They couldn't pronounce it because their conversation, their tongue was probably too lazy. So slang comes about in that manner because people are not able to properly, communicate. But listen. So I reached up the word nigger, and the word came back to possibly Negus, Negus. I researched the word Negus, and the word Negus led me to another word, Niggus. That's Nagus, niggas. My tongue isn't proper. So with the word Niggus, the most similar word I could find of African origin to the word nigger, I researched the word Negus, Niggus. Negus comes back as a definition of it's a Semitic word. And I always thought Semitic had something to do with Jews, but when I researched the word, Semitic definitely is an African Asiatic word. Afro-Asiatic word. Semitic is about 300 languages. That's amongst the Semitic family of languages, the people who speak this language, and they're all of Asian or African. They're in the northern, it's Ethiopia. That's Ethiopia. Ethiopia and the region around Ethiopia is Semitic. They consider that Semitic. That's the Afro-Asiatic people. That's what the dictionary say. But anyway, back to Negus. So I look at the word of Negus because I feel like that's the closest word to the word nigger, and that I can find with any type of make sense to any type of origin that with black people, why it would be affiliated with black people so toughly. So the word Negus comes out, and it says the definition for Negus is translated in the Bible as king or emperor. The word Negus, Niggus, which is the most similar word I can find of African origin related to Nigger, which is supposed to be so disrespectful here in America. But the word Negus, Niggus, I'm going to keep spelling it because I want to make sure the definition is used in the Bible. The definition in Webster, according to you people, according to the Europeans, is a Negus is used in the Bible, a word used in the Bible, a noun used in the Bible, a title given in the Bible referring to a king or an emperor. So with that being said, if I believe that the word came from somewhere else as such it did, if I believe it came from African origins, and that Europeans, the ones that use it in such a derogatory manner, just probably could not properly pronounce it, and it became derogatory over time, I would say Negus is where it came from, right? The Ethiopians, Northern Africans, Africans, you people ain't the smartest of people, because everybody knows that 99% of the European population in the 1500s, 1400s, 1500s, 1600s, 99% of the population or thereabout was illiterate, could not read, could not do mathematics, could not properly pronounce things. So in the 1500s, when because the word nigger, let me go back, the word nigger was first used in Huckleberry Finn. It's reported to be first used in Huckleberry Finn in 1580 something. That's how the definition comes out. When I asked Google when the first time the word nigger was ever used in European language, it comes up Huckleberry Finn 1537, 1587, or something like that. This is the first time the word nigger was ever used in English language. Like I said, 1500s, most of you people were illiterate, and we're gonna keep it 100. You know, y'all went 200-300 years off the bubonic plague that damn near wiped out half y'all population. Anyway, I'm talking about this for this point, and I'll say this. Here at Mayhem Social Media Coalition, we are about self-speak, black thought, black action for the betterment of all. Self-speak, self-thought, self-action for the betterment of all. You understand what I'm saying? You have to educate yourself. You have to be about yourself. You have to understand why is it that it does not matter who attacks you. This coronavirus doesn't matter. Obviously, it don't matter. Just last month, the coronavirus was knocking people down. You couldn't go outside. And we were all shook up. Now here it is, George Floyd dies and the riots kick off and the coronavirus is all gone, right? I don't know. There's been no mass fluctuations of coronaviruses committed to no hospitals, although everybody's outside rioting. I don't understand I definitely don't understand. During the coronavirus, y'all were telling us that blacks were at a higher percentage rate of catching coronavirus due to pre-existing conditions. Yet I've shown statistics over and over. Mayhem Social Media Coalition has shown statistics over and over that blacks weren't even in a higher percentage per capita of people that were getting. We were damn near in the lowest percentage per capita of people contracting coronavirus. Yet y'all were saying it was us. And here it is again in these riots. It's funny to me how these riots are being blamed on blacks because a black man was killed, and then supposedly these riots are invoked in his name. So these riots are being blamed on blacks. Yet there's no blacks. And if there are blacks, people have to look past 10 Caucasians, 10 Hispanics, 10 non-blacks, 20, 30 non-blacks in order to find a black. I'm even going into my community and I'm talking because I'm not afraid to go outside because this is my community. I'm going into my community and I'm talking to the people in my community, blacks, because that's who I associate with for the most part. And no one's going outside, so everybody's information is coming from the news, and we're all scared. They're all scared. My community is scared of ourselves. And then on top of the coronavirus supposedly hitting us the hardest, so that had us spooked about even talking to each other and touching each other. Then you come after that and you hit us with these riots that we are supposedly the cause of that no one's participating in. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of blacks. I live in Los Angeles. I function in Inglewood, Compton, Watts, Linwood, Long Beach. I function South Central. This is where I live at. I know a lot of blacks. This is a high concentrated area of blacks, just in case nobody knows that. Who's participating in these riots that y'all talking about? I don't understand. They're not happening in our areas. Downtown is not a Los Angeles. Downtown is not a black populated area. I don't care what you want to say. I'm telling you, I live here. You can't tell me what's going on where I live at. No black populated areas is there rioting, looting going on, protesting of any sort. So why are we the ones being so associated with this riot, this protesting? And even so much so that we're allowing ourselves to be told that other blacks are out there getting active. Other blacks are out there doing their thing. I spoke to somebody that was very close to me, and he told me that it's true, blacks are out there. And he proceeded to tell me about a story about some blacks in cars shooting up Slauson toward La Brea. And they made a wild turn. There's riot going on all day long. They show footage cameras of Hispanics, whites, non-blacks running in and out of stores, protesting everywhere. We're ignoring that in order to find the spots of black, the peppers of black people actually participating too and saying, look, 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 look. This is a narrative that's always been painted about us, man. We make up 13, 12, 13, 14, 15% of the population, 50 million black here in America. Yet, we're blamed for 75, 80% of the crime that's committed in America. It's statistically impossible for all the crime that we get blamed for. Our numbers, we just can't do it, yo. Y'all lock us up too rapidly. We don't beat cases that often. How is it that we are so responsible for so much crime? Yet we're such a, not marginal, but a small amount of the population, a small percentage of the population. We make up such a small percentage of the population, yet we take the blame for at least 75% of anything negative done into this country, done up on this country. It's ridiculous, man. You have people coming over to this country who have never been here before, people whose ancestors have not been here before, yet they're coming over here and listening to your indoctrination. It must be part of the I will become a United States citizen pledge that you're going to dislike black people. You're going to go along with the dislikement of black people, the disenfranchisement of black people. If we give you a business loan, you will not employ black people. Is that what y'all tell them? It seems to be, because that's what it seems like to me. The word niggas and the word nigger is part of the English language. The word niggas might not be, but the word nigger ain't either. Y'all made it. It's slang. Y'all made it part of the English language. So I'm going to make the word niggas a part of the English language. I am a king of an emperor. If I'm not, I'm a descendant of those, a king of an emperor. The fact that you call me a nigger proves that. You know who I am. My response to anything that you have to say negative about my response to anything you have to say negative about my children, my response to anything you have to say negative about anyone with a skin tone, anything outside of lack of melanin, I have an issue with. If you hate one of mine, I have reason to dislike all of yours. There's no compromising here, because that's not working for us. We've been doing this. We've been out of slavery, man, for over 150 years. We've been out of slavery since 1863. And we still going through this. Y'all better than us? Come on, man, prove it. Where? Because y'all structured this society in a manner in which y'all are highly discriminatory, and now we look like the slower of the race, the slower of the species. Come on, though. If you were no one is intimidated by the class clown. No one is intimidated by the class dummy. People are only intimidated by those they feel are higher than them. People are intimidated by the genius, the one that catches all the A's in class, the one that gets all A's on tests. Those are the people we're intimidated by. People are intimidated by the class macho, alpha. That's who people are intimidated by. People are never intimidated by people below them. Quit believing that these people think that you are beneath them. And that's why they look at us like that. Black America. No one is intimidated by people they think are beneath them. They only intimidated by people they think are above them. People don't pay attention to class clown. Are you intimidated by the wino on the corner? Or are you intimidated by that dude driving down the street, or that female driving down the street in that Benz and that Lexus? Keep it 100. That's why they're intimidated by us, because we are greater than them. That's my opinion. I have a right to say that. The First Amendment, your Constitution says I can't do that. And as long as I pay taxes, as long as you got a social security number attached to my name, and as long as you have this name in my birth certificate, I have the right to invoke any constitutional, any amendment that you set forth. I am American, point blank, period. I understand that we have a plight with America, and we have a plight with calling ourselves Americans. But listen here, black people. By their own admission, we've been here for at least 400 years. And all that, listen, 1619 supposedly was the first time blacks was brought over here. We just got out of 2019. That was just 400 years. We've only, supposedly, we've only been over here 400 years. No one has been over 400 years. Nobody, except the Native Americans. We could definitely talk about that, because I don't believe the Native Americans that y'all say are Native Americans were the Native Americans. Come on, man. Makes sense where they come from. Where did these people come from? Because they look mixed. They look like they came from two different people. Why are their skin tones so drastic? That's a mixture, yo. That's not a purity. I said what I said. No one has been over here longer than my people. We will be here. We are here. This soil exists because of us. It will not exist without us. I said what I said. Mayhams Social Media Coalition. Black Speak, Black Thought, Black Action. To help make America great. My voice will not be denied. Our voices will not be denied. Action comes after thought. Thought comes after speak. It's as simple as that. You must speak and then invoke thought. You can think all you want to, but if you don't say nothing about it, if you don't put action behind it, it's worthless. So let's talk about it first. Because blacks, we have a lack of communication amongst us. We don't all 50 million of us need to unite. We just need proper representations. Well, that's. Thank you. Today is June 2nd, 2020. I'm an American. I will continue to invoke my right to be so. Not by your opinion, but by my own.